student leadership team was an after-school activity in which we started to help people handle things that went badly in the correct way, like not getting frustrated and angry. And this was started by Miss Kendall at Camden Community Charter School. And one thing I took away from it I was the president, I was always in activities, is I took away that it was being able to run meetings and just take charge when needed.
Our student leaders learn by doing. They not only practice working with one another towards a common goal, but also challenge themselves by speaking in public forums, such as community planning meetings, local civic rallies, and even on stage in front of Camden City Hall. Our student leaders learn to lead through actions as well as intentions.
We went to Model United Nations. It's for middle school and high school. We learned that different countries and how to fix their problems in the future so we can make it better for the people in the country.
A few things that we did at Model United Nations was we got into small facilitated groups and we pretty much just talked about the problems and solutions for other countries, and pretty much the countries that we did were countries that were in a state of crisis, and we just talked about how to fix that state of crisis without demeaning or without hurting another country in the process. We learned how to get along with each other and not argue and disagree so hatefully, even though we may have different opinions about the same thing. And one thing that I took away from the entire experience was that I was able to spread my political views and what I thought without having anybody oppose me in a negative manner. And it felt very nice to finally be able to do that without anybody threatening, feeling threatened by my intelligence.
Model Youth for Government is a program for middle schoolers and high schoolers to learn about civic engagement in the local government. One thing that I learned from it is how to write a bill. It gave me the behind the scenes look on the local government, and it was a good experience for me because I learned how to speak in front of a crowd. It helped me face my fear.
We got to learn about government in a fun way. We played Jeopardy, met a lawyer, and got to speak to an assemblyman. And we also got to practice and write draft bills in a silly way. For instance, mine was about fake people.
Our Model Youth in Government students had the opportunity to represent Camden as the first Camden City delegation to attend the conference in over 45 years. They had a chance to prepare for this by speaking to local council members such as Angel Fuentes and state assemblymen such as Arthur Barclay. They learned about the legislative process at the conference by interacting with other teens from across the state. Our delegates presented bills, spoke on current issues, and created policies through negotiation, collaboration, and relationship building. It was our distinct honor to see one of our Camden City delegates, Mr. Niger Ali Jr., awarded the Outstanding First Delegate of Youth Court A out of 80 other teens from across the state. This was a huge honor and we were extremely proud.
So we got the chance to visit the Camden County Jail in Camden, New Jersey. We also got to see how they have to live and stuff in jail. Some of the things we saw was how they eat, what they eat, some of the workers, different jumpsuits, what they mean.
For me personally, I didn't really like the jail because the way they had to live with other people and you want your personal space and stuff like that. And it really wasn't that cool. If I ever did something bad, I'd probably regret it if I ever went to the jail.
Me, as a little kid, I used to think that going to jail was cool, but now that I got the chance to see it, it's not as cool as they show on TV.
Social Responsibility Through Me was founded through a mutual agreement that service, civic engagement, positive outlets, and mentoring are all essential to developing youth. The goal of Social Responsibility Through Me is to provide an expressive outlet for youth as well as exposing them to various positive ways of life and support systems. The focus is slightly different at each level, but the goal remains the same: to empower young people to make positive decisions and development in their lives.